Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Enneagram Fours in love. If you are an Enneagram Four and want to understand yourself better and how you relate to others, then keep watching. Or if you're dating or married to a Four, this video is also going to help you learn how to relate to your beloved Four so much better. And watch to the end because I'm going to be sharing 3 tips on how to love your Four well. Hi, I'm Tyler Zock, pastor, Enneagram coach, author of the 40-day Gospel for Enneagram Devotional series, and your personal guide to helping you transform your life, relationships, and workplace by giving you spot-on truths for your type. So keep watching if you want to feel seen, understood, and challenged to let go of the things that are keeping you stuck in your personal and professional life. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more free content coming up next week. Now, let's get to it. Fours love deep emotional connections, right? They are deep relators. Fours have been searching for a soulmate as long as they can remember. That's why another name for them are the romantics. Fours sometimes long for the ideal partner that's distant, or watch this, unavailable to them. There's juice in the longing. And so as romantics, they can long for something they can't have, long for that missing piece, that missing relationship that would complete them or make them whole. Fours are physically affectionate people. That's one of the best things about them, is that they are warm, kind, and affectionate. Fours get emotionally attached very quickly, because sometimes a little more quickly than the other person is comfortable with. Fours need reassurance that their partner will never leave them. So one of the fears of a Four is that they're always going to be on the outside looking in, or a part of a group, and never feel like they fully belong. So the same is true with romantic relationships. They need reassurance that they're not going to be left on an island or left alone or abandoned. Fours are very attuned to how connected they are to their partners. They're very attuned to the space, whether it's close or whether they're distant from the other person. Fours can take little things their partner does or doesn't do personally. Remember, Fours are one of the most sensitive, if not the most sensitive personality type on the Enneagram. And remember, they have this fear of being inadequate, that they were born with manufactured defects, that they're not complete or whole. And so anything you do or say that can come off negative, or even receiving constructive criticism, can just reinforce that idea that they're inadequate. And so you really have to give them advice or give them constructive criticism or talk about issues in a really sensitive and kind way. Fours need their partner to value their kaleidoscope of emotions. Fours are full of emotions, and they need a partner who is okay with that, a partner who is willing to hold space for that. That's just one of the highest needs that Fours have. Fours have idealistic expectations. Okay, remember them as the idealistic romantics. So they have idealistic expectations for what the relationship is going to look like. And these idealistic expectations can make ordinary relating sometimes difficult. A partner might be like, well, why is there so much drama here? Why can't we? It's just simple. But things aren't simple, but more complex when it comes to engaging in relationships and talking about the complexity of the relationship. So it can make just ordinary conversation difficult for a partner of a Four. Fours unleash empathy and compassion when their partner is suffering. Okay, Fours are for the underdog. Fours are for those who are suffering or in pain. And so if you're loved by a Four, you are going to be on the receiving end of their empathy, their compassion, them fighting for you. It's one of the best aspects of the Four. Fours sometimes envy other relationships that look whole and complete. Listen, all Fours struggle with envy. That is the cardinal sin. And it's because they feel like they're missing something. And then they look out into the world and, it looks like that person has the personality that they need, has the giftings or the strengths that would make them better. They always feel like somebody else has the missing piece. And the same thing comes into play in relationships, where they look at relationships on social media and think, man, if I just had their relationship, the way that they interact with each other, the way that they love each other, if I had that, then I would feel whole and complete. Fours pull others in close and then push them away when they fear they'll get hurt. This is one of the characteristic things of a type 4 that other people need to know, but might struggle with if they're in the relationship with a 4. Okay. But we can have empathy for a 4 because oftentimes they want to abandon the relationship. Why? So that they don't get abandoned by the other person, which would hurt an infinitely amount more. So 4s use that push and pull dynamic to protect themselves from getting hurt, from feeling abandoned by pushing away first, or they might do it to test their lover, to test their partner, to see if they will, after the conflict or the fight, if they'll get pursued by the person that they're relationship with. Okay, and now 4s don't like this, but 4s, as you're mindful of this and can catch yourself in the act, you can sort of shut this push and pull dynamic, shut it down. But if you're in relationship with a type 4, just know it's hard. it's hard. And when the 4 pushes you away, to not just leave them, but to actually pursue them and reaffirm them of your love. 4s waver between feeling like they're not enough and feeling like they're too much. It is an interesting pendulum that they swing on. But first of all, they feel like they're not enough, that they don't have what it takes, that they're inadequate for the world or for another partner. And then they go from inadequacy to swinging towards feeling like too much, right? As they express their authentic self, like this is who I am, this is how I feel. And then all of a sudden it's too much. It's too dramatic. It's too emotional. And the other person fades away. By the way, I want to say as we go along here, if there's anything that's really resonating with you, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you're agreeing with or maybe disagree with. Okay, up next. 4s bring beauty and meaning into their relationships through special creative touches. Okay, this is one of the best parts of being in a relationship with the 4s. They will help you to see the world through a totally different lens. Right? They know what is meaningful, they know what is beautiful, and will pull you into seeing beauty and seeing the way that God created the world in a romantic kind of way, right? In a way that moves your soul. And that's why they have such creativity in the way that they affirm you, creativity in special notes or special unique things that they do. Right, everything they do seems very thoughtful, creative, and beautiful. Okay, 4s forget that not everyone is ready to go as deep as quickly as they do. Okay, 4s, because they're romantics and idealists, will kind of move towards other people's really quickly, might send them long love notes or do romantic gestures, and the other person might be a little surprised that the other person is falling that quickly. But that's just one of the characteristics of a 4. A 4 sometimes want their struggle or their suffering to be heard, not fixed. Right? This is huge. 4s oftentimes when they come and they share and express themselves, they're not saying, hey, fix me, fix my problems. They're saying, I want to be known. I want to be heard. I want to be fully understood. So please make space to listen to me, not fix me. 4's strength is really in their vulnerability. I don't know if you've ever thought of vulnerability as a strength, but it is. When they come to their partner and they are vulnerable with their partner, they use it to create deeper intimacy, which other personality types have a really, really hard time doing. Opening up, being vulnerable, right? Getting that emotional intimacy, that emotional connection going. But 4s are so good at it because they lead the way when it comes to being vulnerable with others. Okay? That's one of the best things I love about them. 4s love when others seek to understand their complexity without judging them, right? 4s have a longing to be known, like we just talked about. They are complex. Probably not as complex as they think they are, right? But they love sharing their complexity and their complex emotions. And they just want somebody to sit and listen to them without judging them. For a 4, conflict arises when they feel unseen, dismissed, accused, or misunderstood. Okay, if you're in a relationship with a 4, know that that's 80% of the conflict will come from those few things, right? Feeling unseen, right? Because they always feel like they're on the outside looking in. Dismissed, right? They want to know that they're adequate, valued, worthy. Accused, right? They don't want to be accused because they self-accuse themselves and are self-critical all the time. The last thing they want is to be accused unfairly or unjustly by someone else. Okay? And they don't want to feel misunderstood. They feel misunderstood all the time. And so if you dismiss their feelings, interrupt, move on too quickly, they're going to feel misunderstood, and it's going to lead to conflict. 4s enjoy deep conversations and dislike small talk. Okay, it's one of the hallmarks of a type 4 is they want to be deep. They want to talk about what's real. They do not like just doing small talk or water cooler talk. Okay, so if you're in a relationship with a 4, just know that they're going to have that hunger to go deep with you all the time. Okay, that's why they make good counselors, therapists, artists, is because of their ability to go deep. 4s sweetly reminisce about people from the past and focus on partners yet to come. As the romantics, they remember the 4s, 5s, and 9s are past-oriented. So 4s especially are past-oriented. They reminisce about relationships, people, experiences in the past. And so they can be very nostalgic. And that's one of the beautiful things about the relationship is they may bring up past memories, look at past photos, and add that element into the relationship, again, which makes it more meaningful. And then they can focus on partners yet to come if they're still single, just dreaming about all those perfect partners that are on the horizon. For 4s, letting go of a partner is usually a slow process. Again, because they're so nostalgic and romantic, when they merge with the ideal partner and then have to unmerge or disconnect and move on, it can be a very slow and painful process. So just know that 4s, it's going to take some extra time to heal and to grow beyond those relationships that they get into. And lastly, 4s want to be fully known and fully loved. Really, at the heart of your 4 that you're in a relationship with, know that they want to be fully known, warts, struggles, suffering, imperfections, all of that. They want to be fully known, okay, because they want to be fully authentic. They don't want to hide anything. They want that. And then they also want you to see all of that and fully love them and reassure them that you'll never, ever leave. Okay, at the beginning, I said I'd share 3 tips on how we can love our type 4s well, and here they are. Number 1, allow them space to feel their emotions and talk about them without treating them as overly dramatic. Don't say, you're just being so dramatic. That's the last thing that you want to say to a 4, okay? Let them express themselves how they want to express themselves, whether it's quirky, whether it's moody, whatever it is, let them do that. And then say, thank you. Like, I really understand you better now. Secondly, remind them that there's nothing missing in them and that they are loved for who they are, not for the ways they try to stand out or be unique. Okay, continually remind them, nay, nothing's missing. You are fully adequate. You are whole and beautiful just the way you are. You don't need to go and try to do something unique or try to be special or dress different in order to be loved. You are loved exactly the way you are. And then third, because they are sensitive beings, right? Be tender, be empathetic, be understanding without trying to change them or without trying to fix them. Right? Be sensitive with your feedback. Be sensitive in the way that you approach conflict. Otherwise, that 4 will get insecure and they will run far away. Okay? Remember, they are like the nervous system of the body. They feel things deeper than anyone else. And so be very sensitive and tender with them at all times. Okay, that's all for today. If you want to learn more, know that I've written a book called The Gospel for Individualists. It's a 40-day devotional for type 4s. It's filled with scripture, powerful truths for your type, plus 3 reflection questions at the end, a daily prayer, daily action step. Go check out the book in the link out in the description below. It's got high ratings on Amazon. It was probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite book to write. Because of my 4-wing, I just got in touch with that side of me, and it was just a beautiful experience. So go check that out. And if you love the content, make sure to hit the like button. That tells YouTube to share it with more people. And now you can keep learning about how other Enneagram types are in love right here. Or you can check out this playlist with over 90 minutes of teaching on all 9 Enneagram types right here. And I'll see you in the next video.